Hi, I'm Yeeling from Hause Collective. At Hause Collective, we build AI-powered tools that empower creative freelancers and agencies. Let me ask you something. Have you ever calculated how much time you spend on client discovery and brief generation? For many creative businesses, a significant portion of their working hours are consumed by administrative tasks, with substantial time spent on gathering project requirements and going through multiple revisions before finalizing a brief. But what if you could automate this process? Our flagship product, Hause Prospect, is your AI co-pilot that qualifies new opportunities through automated client discovery conversation. In this video, I'll show you exactly how Hause Prospect works and how it can streamline your entire creative workflow. Let's get started. Our beautiful landing page is now live. The landing page shows you exactly what you need to know about our tool, tells you everything about it, also shares a little bit about our community YouTube channel. This is the URL, hause.co. So this is the start of our page, and then I'm gonna sign up with a new account. Send magic link. As you can see, there's no password. It's completely passwordless. So please go on to your email to check out the magic link. So the moment you enter the page, everyone gets the first 3 AI agents for free. So you can always just get started with creating. So this is how the process looks like. So the agent is now created. So before we go ahead with working on the prospect, let's take a look at this interface. We've kept it very simple for now. As you guys know, it's our first version. One of the features we have on Hause Prospect is the brand assets. We believe it's super important that agencies and freelancers, you all want to have your sort of white labeled page so that whatever links you send to your clients, they're gonna look like yours. So it's not a generic Hause Prospect look. Of course, this is very much work in progress. Please let us know what sort of information you think would be useful to include into this page such that we can make your profile page more personalized. You can customize your brand appearance across the platform. So with that, right, we've included some basic features in which you can upload your logo and profile image, and then you can also set your brand colors, the chat bubbles and send button, and also text settings, so interview title, format, and company name. So this one is of course quite crucial for you to include so that our AI assistant will replace with your company's name. So I'm not going to touch too much first. Then we have a brand interview. This is also one of our AI agent component where our AI will define your brand identity with a bunch of questions that you can keep answering. So here, let's talk about your brand and business approach. First, could you tell me your business name and the services you offer? So you can continuously tell about your brand, and then here it will be generated. So maybe I'll just give a quick one. So it's going to be a series of questions that our AI will continuously ask to fill up information about your business and your company. Thanks for sharing, Yeeling. It's great to learn about your design agency. Let's dive a little deeper into the heart of your brand, design philosophy, and aesthetic process. How would you describe the style? Aim for. I'm just gonna keep it quite generic for now. We understand that this part might take a bit of time because a lot of it requires you to really think through what kind of approach your company has, what kind of brand identity you have. So the idea here is it's a brand interview that's continuously ongoing. You don't have to answer it all at once, but of course, the more you answer, the more the brand profile will be updated and the brand profile will get smarter. And on the front end side, what your client will experience when interacting with the AI agent is that it will continuously get smarter and have more information about your company as a whole. Okay, so this is just the gist. What I really want to get into is to go into our brief generator, which is our main core functionalities. Before your client can interface with the AI assistant, we need to first set up your prospect generator. This is a very simple setup. You simply have to answer a few questions, and there will be a unique link generated that you can send to your client. First, what's your prospective client's name? Seaside Bistro. I'm just gonna mock up a conversation, a realistic conversation. All right, what is the project type? Website, mobile app branding. We're trying to make the whole experience a little more interactive despite the output being all created by AI. Let's say here I have a website project, so I don't have to type this out. Setup is complete. You'll receive a link. So here you can copy this link, and this is the link you can send to your client. We are still very much working on it. We're thinking about integration. We're thinking about how this link can be maybe sent automatically via an email to connect with your client. So there are a lot of possibilities. Let us know what your thoughts are. But for now, we have settled with simply just a quick link that you can share to your client. You can very simply WhatsApp them this link, or you can send them via email. It's completely up to you. Our site is also mobile responsive. So if you send it via WhatsApp or via any instant messaging and your client wants to simply use it via their mobile phones, they can do so. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the position of your prospective client looking at this link. So the moment they go onto this chat, the AI assistant will immediately start off with an opening. Okay, so hello, I'm your project consultant here to learn about your website for Seaside Bistro. Could you please tell me your name? Let's put in some input. So my name. So the reason why we push for contact details is we understand the importance of following up. Perhaps, when you talk to a prospective client, you definitely want to have a way to reach out to them, to contact them in case you need to follow up with any questions or just moving forward. Because right now, Hause Prospect is quite in the initial stages. We want to avoid you not being able to contact the client. So for sure, that's the first thing we want to include so that regardless, we have the contact details of your client such that you can follow up. Thank you, Maria. It's great to have your contact details. Could you share a brief description of the website project for Seaside Bistro and any specific goals you hope to achieve? As you can see, we have a bunch of inputs here. Enhance online presence, increase reservations, showcase menu and events, or if the client feels that it's not something they want to answer at this point, or maybe they don't have the answer right now, they can always skip this question. But more importantly, the client is not restricted to just these buttons or just these sort of inputs. You can, of course, always type in a longer response. Let's see what's next. Thanks for sharing about your website needs. To ensure we capture your vision accurately, could you tell me the ideal audience you're hoping to attract? I would say these inputs are definitely correct, but in terms of ideal target audience, perhaps I want more information such as demographics and whatnot. So I would also just include. Let's see what questions come up next. That's really helpful. Thank you. Now I'd like to understand more about your budget constraints. So what sort of budget do we have? Let's say this button, budget of 5 to 10K, launch in 6 months, fits the bill of what the client is looking for or have in mind. So I'm going to click on this button. Our goal is really to increase the interactivity. So it's not just free, open response, open field of typing, as we understand that could get a bit tiring, and sometimes it's quite tedious to answer these questions all at once. So it's always really helpful to have some options. Of course, we're also continuously updating more input style. Maybe there's like scale, ranges, and whatnot. In fact, we are also exploring the idea of voice input. So really stay tuned for all of those updates. Please let us know, what do you think would make more sense? What do you think would be the better or the most optimal experiences for your clients? Let us know. We're happy to improve and try to fit that into our roadmap. So thank you for clarifying the budget and timeline. Now let's discuss the essential features you would like to have on your website. Are there any specific functionalities or integration? I think online system, events, calendar, social media integration. So I'm just going to quickly click on all three. I'm sure it goes into the brief as well. However, our AI is now currently only looking at one input each. So that's why it's coming out with three separate inputs, but the more information, the better. So thanks for letting me know. Let's discuss any technical preferences or constraints. Despite the inputs and despite the quote unquote confusion, the AI is still able to take the input in and still ask you different questions to make sense of all the conversation. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just trying to collect as much information as we can so that the AI is able to collect them and create this very comprehensive brief. Okay, so because I was pressing through all the different stuff and these are all different inputs, we basically have captured most of, if not all of the important information that the AI requires to create this comprehensive brief. Again, at this point, some of you may start to wonder, actually there are some more information. You can always just add that in. Thanks for mentioning that you plan to use this. To wrap things up, is there anything else? Okay, that we haven't discussed yet. If not, we can conclude this session. So maybe I would say, ensure that the main EOC point of contact is Lisa. All right, thanks for letting me know. I'll ensure that Lisa is the main contact moving for wrap things up. All right, I think we covered it all for now. Okay, based on that, the AI tries to consolidate the information to ensure that we don't miss anything. So based on our conversation, understand that this is this project, okay, 25 to 60 with a timeline. Features include this design style. What about the POC information? Let's see if they include that in as well. Okay, if there's nothing else, shall we proceed to wrap up? Yes, we can wrap this up. This is a very simplified version of the information collection, and it's only just one part of the process. Thank you for taking the time, otherwise the interview is complete. Okay, so our interview is complete. All right, let's imagine we're back to the freelancer or agency side. If you refresh, you will see that this is a read-only view of the client information. This is to avoid you as the freelancer or agency to actually go in and might affect the whole system. So we really want to keep it clean. You have all the visibility of the conversation, but at this point, we're restricting any interference just so that we restrict the AI from hallucination or just confusing the entire thing, okay? So now that everything is done, interview is complete, we're gonna go to the brief and I'm gonna generate the brief. Just wanna jump back onto the client side. All good. The interview is complete, so let me refresh. Okay, as the client, I can still try to type in more information anytime I have them. All right, so this is the generated brief. Seaside Bistro website for Seaside Bistro. Okay, client contact information. So name and role, primary point of contact, Lisa, marketing lead. So I think what's really powerful here is that we have this source code attribution. So every piece of information that's included, the AI will actually output whether is it a client confirmed information, or if you scroll down, is it something that the AI suggests? One of the problems we're also trying to solve is to help creatives make more informed decisions, because a lot of times you look at a project brief and you don't entirely sure if this is the right fit for you guys, or you may be having some troubles figuring out, oh, what else should I follow up with. We really want to input this so that it's clear for the creatives to look at all the information very clearly, and also have the AI to assist and know, hey, this is something that's missing that we need a bit more, and this is something that the client confirmed. So this source code attribution is something we think is quite powerful and very, very useful. It starts off with an executive summary. Project is aimed at developing an online presence that effectively displays the restaurant's menu, location, designed to attract locals. So this gives you a quick summary, and of course you see again everything is client confirmed. Now we go to the project background. Okay, seafood restaurant looking to enhance its digital footprint. while showcasing its sustainable food sourcing practices. The project leverages existing content from the old website. So the other powerful thing is also how proper, how comprehensive this brief is written. Okay, so it really saves you time from writing all of this project brief, as we understand how much time they take and also how many revisions you usually have to make to come up with a proper brief to maybe present it to your team or whoever you're working with. So client confirmed. Now, we also have assumptions. While the restaurant has existing online content, no detailed digital performance metrics from the old website have been provided and should be confirmed. So the AI suggested. So that once in a while, based on the AI's analysis of the information given, they try to suggest something that could also help you move the project forward. Okay, so objectives, primary objectives, secondary objectives, pretty good so far. These objectives are aligned. Okay, so what's the scope? Included delivery, yada yada yada. So all of these are inputs by the client. Exclusions, external digital marketing efforts beyond website developments are not included. So if there comes a point where maybe the AI feels like something is missing, but it also feels like this is something that needs to be included, they'll highlight that this piece of information requires confirmation. So what's the assumption? Okay, AI suggested existing content will be adequately updated. This feature is also supposedly to help you properly plan your project. Remember, this is the point where we haven't confirmed the project yet, but a lot of planning tends to be involved. So we really want to help scope the project and gather information as much as possible that is very accurate and comprehensive. Okay, website specific requirements. So user requirements. So the AI suggests that we need a user-friendly and responsive interface, technical requirements, content strategy, so timeline. If you recall, the client actually added a budget and a timeline of, I think, 6 months. Based on that, the AI will kind of help to plan out a timeline. As you can see, the sources are all AI suggested because it's just taking in the context of what's given and try to plan ahead for the team to understand, is this something feasible? Okay. Note the exact start date needs confirmation because the client didn't provide any exact start date. So what's the budget? So all of this suggested breakdown. So as you can see, the AI is really trying to help move the project forward with giving as many suggestions as possible and to clarify any information. This part requires confirmation. Team and resources. So far, we only know of Maria and Lisa. Client confirm. What are some suggested additional roles? Even though this is the initial project brief, right? It's really starting to move a bit into project management and also project planning. So perhaps that could be one direction that this tool, Hause Prospect, can go into. We really like to hear your thoughts on where do you think we can bring this tool to. So I will not go through too much in detail. I'll leave it to you guys to sign up, try it out, and let us know what you think. Okay, so success metrics, risk and mitigations, brief assessments, and follow-up recommendations. So we think this part is super important because what do you do next after having this brief generated? Our AI will also assess how complete this brief is. Okay, and recommended follow-up questions. What are the next steps? So you can use this brief to help you understand, okay, what are some of the questions I should follow up with the client. And this is also where getting the contact information will be helpful to really move the project forward. So this document provides a structured overview. Use this to evaluate and prepare for client follow-up. Hopefully this was helpful. Every time you have a new AI agent to deploy to do the conversation and to generate this brief, you can regenerate this up to 5 iterations. So I think we're doing a pretty good job for this first iteration of Hause Prospect. Hopefully, as you go through this demo, you also start to see where Hause Prospect can go in terms of the potentials. If you have any thoughts, please go to hause.co, and if you scroll down, please help to shape our product vision. You can share your thoughts by clicking onto this link, share your feature requests, share your feedback. We feel that there are many directions this tool can go into, so we really would like your help to also share with us your thoughts. Let me highlight the key benefits of using Hause Prospect. First, it saves you significant time. Creative professionals can dramatically reduce the time spent on client discovery and creating a brief. Second, it helps you make informed decisions with clear project requirements upfront. You can confidently accept or decline a project based on whether it's the right fit for your business. Third, it ensures accurate scoping. Comprehensive briefs help you avoid scope creep and misaligned expectations, reducing the likelihood of project delays or budget issues. Fourth, it's available 24/7, so your client can complete their interviews whenever it's convenient for them without having to wait for your availability. And finally, we have our early adopters offer right now. So at just $1.99, that's $1.99 per AI agent deployment, it provides incredible ROI. Think about the value of your hourly rate. Even if it saves you just a few hours per project, the return is substantial. Plus, when you sign up now, you get the first 3 AI agent deployment completely for free. All these adds up to more time for creative work and a streamlined workflow. Visit house.co, that is HAUSE.co, to get started now.